Welcome back, everyone. And I do mean everyone. It's Forgotten Circus. So another day, Zack Snyder strikes again. So do you remember a movie called Sucker Punch, where a collection of a cast of strong female badass characters are forced to be entertainers, dancers for crowds of VIPs, mostly men. And in this servitude, they find an escape to a reality where these strong female leads are forced to fight steampunk Nazis and 100-foot giant samurai. Now, this movie is great if you turn your brain off and focus just on the female performances, because apparently the lazy writing and weird takes on things did not keep pace with their performance. Now, what was hailed and reveled to be a box office hit, global success, had to slowly, I would say, settle for a mediocre cult following and a subpar DVD release. Now, I do not blame. Now, this movie is good if you turn your brain off, because apparently right now with Zack Snyder movies, we should have known it then. You just have to turn your brain off and just enjoy what the movie can bring, if it can bring anything. Because right now with Zack Snyder, I don't think this guy could hit a target if it was 2 inches in front of him with a movie. And I do like Zack Snyder. I think that he is a visionary, but I feel like he gets a little too full of himself and needs to be humbled. So the industry is kind of humbling Zack. I mean, he has resorted to things like Rebel Moon, Army of the Dead. Very unsuccessful products, can't you say? But he's one of those, like, it's the build-up. Like Rebel Moon, it's the build-up. The Scargiver's the real movie. The second part. That's where you're going to learn it all. Why is everything cloak and daggers with this guy? Why is everything a mystery? He's like one of those that they have a haunted house at their actual house. Okay, with some fog machines, apparently. Now he says he has filmed footage. He had already filmed a lot of footage and wants to maybe re-release it. So are we going to, instead of the Snyder cut, hey, hashtag Sucker Punch cut. Now, the movie's not bad. It's just not good. It's okay. So he's filmed all this footage, and once the fans, yet again, he will approve. Him himself, Zack Snyder himself, will approve fan funding. You're a multimillionaire, Zack. There's been a lot of directors and producers that have put their money up, to make a film happen. And some have been successful, some have not. But this apparently, you need the fans on this. But what fans will you find from this? Now, watching this video, apparently some people will go watch it. Maybe this will build the cult following even bigger. Because I didn't mind the movie. I watched it like if it's on. I mean, that's another thing. It's like never on. Like, does anybody really remember Sucker Punch? Like, this may be the first time you're either hearing it again or hearing it for the first time. So you want the fans like us, to fund your movie, but you haven't. So there's a thing when you pitch a product, you have to have something to back it. That's like money without gold to back it. Something to back it. You're just paper currency. That's it. I could print out my own paper currency and put my face on it. You know, is it going to hold any weight? Probably not. Not at all. Okay. We're not going to put Forgotten Circus bucks out there. Hey, maybe that might be a good idea for some merch. Forgotten Circus bucks. But my thing is, what is Zack Snyder? All right, you need to stop being full of yourself because you're sitting there saying that it's every film that we go through this. Every film you're like, oh, I have all this extra footage. I'm going to do the Snyder cut for this. Now we got the Sucker Punch Snyder cut funded by the fans. It's always I filmed all this footage. I filmed all this footage, and I have all this extra footage. But my movies are trash. Okay, so how about you take all that extra footage, put it on in the cutting room like everybody else does in the movie industry. You go through all that footage, you take the best footage, and then you piece it together and make a good story. So, like, let's take Rebel Moon, for instance, right? Did we need the 5-minute Blood X running scene in slow motion? So, the more of the slow motion that you do, you could have added those pieces that you've already filmed and done more story building and character building. That's a start. Let's start there. So stop filming all this footage, and then we can have all these because like it's getting to the point where like director's cuts are still a thing, right? But your director's cuts are like it's you look at it as a whole different movie, and then people are like, why wasn't this one the movie? Or why did it have to be this way? And I don't want to hear that thing about cost and editing and everything because you already filmed it. And start. Can you like stop doing all this filming because it seems like you're on the cutting room floor or you're on the set and you're like, oh, we're gonna film this scene, but we're not gonna use it. So you're exhausting the actor's performance. It seems like they get there. There's one story that they get, and then you just create it on the fly. That's what that seems to me. And maybe I'm wrong. And don't get me wrong. I like Zack Snyder, but his oversaturation. See, it was working then, and that one's oversaturated too. Sucker Punch. With the, just can you stop just filming so much and just create a good story? Create a good product. And I know it's some stuff that you want to use. Everybody does it in the film industry. Everybody does it. They film extra scenes, and some just don't make the cut. But it seems like you film whole movies inside of a movie. It's like you're filming one movie that's about to be released, and you're filming another movie for your personal library. And who knows that one for your personal library would have been the better movie. It seems like they need to make a movie about Zack Snyder's mind. Can we get that movie? And you know what? Do the oversaturation movie and have actors and actresses play out his mind because that would probably be an amazing movie. We'd probably be like, what is this? Probably be like being John Malkovich. What is in his mind? And you want the crowd to fund it. Stop reaching. It sounds kind of petty. It sounds like you're trying to use the fans to push your product, which everybody does. Every you know what I mean. That's why you got the YouTubers, and they're starting to look at like a lot of YouTubers like myself. And I'm not going to name drop anybody out there, but other YouTubers are way bigger than my channel. One day I'm going to be like y'all. Trust me. But can you stop? It's almost like you're manipulating the fans. There's a point of having fans do reviews and stuff like that to using the fans to promote your product when nobody wants it. Like Sucker Punch. So you stop filming all this stuff, man. It's almost like me taking 19 photos of the same picture. I mean, eventually it may change a little bit. I moved a little bit here, moved a little bit here, but focus on your story. Focus on good writing. Because, all right, we'll give it to you. You're a visionary director. All your movies are visually amazing, right? When you look at them. It's amazing when you look at it with your eyes. But then when you hear the script and then the story, you're like, it pulls you out of it. So it's one of those things that I'm just like, Zach, why? Zach, why? That's what I'm going to start. That's going to be my new slogan for Zack Snyder. Why, Zach, why? Until you, and I didn't mind Man of Steel, could have been Man of Steel, but Henry Cavill is my Superman. But you need to probably do that part and have somebody else give them the idea and have writers, actual writers, where they're actually good at this, get a good team of writers to kind of adapt what's coming out of your head. So that could be we could do a Zack Snyder TV show, how to fix his movies by just the writing, script, dialogue, premise. I'd like to see that movie. But anyway, I just had to get that out because I didn't mind Sucker Punch. I didn't mind it. It's watchable. Trust me, people, it's watchable. But you're going to do that. Do you have to repay all the actors again if you do something like this? Because I'm pretty sure you can't afford the likes of like the girl that played Baby Doll. I forget her name. There's a lot of good cast. Oscar Isaac was in it too, I believe. You think you can afford him, Zach? Do you think the fans can afford? I mean, even Zach would. Even Zach would probably be like, "Yeah, we can't afford the likes of that." But I don't know. Tell me what you think. It's another fantasy dream for Zack Snyder. Let's get back to the basics, Zach. Stop being full of yourself, and you'll probably be all right. Because right now, I haven't seen any movie that hits. But apparently, he's got stuff. It almost makes you wonder how much stuff he has out of all these movies, Man of Steel, like all that. It almost makes you wonder. Maybe it's a little bit too much for you. Maybe you should stick to your script, have people tweak it, take it from there, add a little bit, but not like 4 hours length. All right. But anyway, that's all I got. I'm Forgotten Circus, so like, comment, and subscribe. It only takes one little click trying to build this channel. Let's get this channel big, and I want everyone to subscribe for more content. And I do mean everyone.